Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Matt here. Today I wanted to give my opinion on the No Sponsor products that I have. No Sponsor is a little company that 3D prints parts for precision rifle accessories, both for some chassis accessories as well as organization in your match bag as well as on your workbench. And it's run by my buddy Yannick. Yannick is a very competitive shooter himself, so he knows what shooters are looking for, but he puts a lot of effort into the R&D and creation of his products. He has sent me a bunch of stuff to test in the past, so a few things here are sort of the prototypes, but he's always making sure that he's getting feedback from some of his testers first before he releases a product. So he'll tweak the design as needed to make sure it's as good as possible. And he does print with a variety of materials, but he'll always try and pick the material that's best suited for the application. So if there's a part that is very high stress, he'll make the infill really strong as well as choose a material that's good for that. So he's always really trying to make his products as best as possible. So his goal was to make some great value products that are high functioning, especially for the Canadian market. And I think he's really hit it out of the park in that regard. So you can buy his products from the Gongjo website, which I'll link in the description. And I believe he also has a Facebook page. So I thought I would just go through some of the products that I have from No Sponsor in no particular order, but this is not everything that he offers. It's just sort of like a sampling of things that I quickly gathered around so I can show you. Here are my favorite control items. This is for your support side hand. It mounts onto your chassis forend with M-lock. He affectionately calls these the chicken wings. So I had a chicken wing on my MDT ACC Elite pretty early on in the season, and I absolutely loved it. So I was a little bit sad when I thought I was going to have to ditch it since I'm switching to MPA this year. But then he told me he has an MPA specific version. So you can see here it has sort of a bump to accommodate the M-lock that's recessed into a slot. So I have one on my Vanquish, which I'm really happy about. Again, I thought I'd have to ditch the chicken wing, but there's an MPA chicken wing. Quickly, what I really like about it is instead of just being a thumb rest for like the pad of your thumb, you can really hook your entire hand onto it, even get some of the meat of your hand onto there and really hook into your forend, which gives you a lot of control over your rifle. And then you can use your other fingers to control your support bag, your shooting bag on barricades. So this is by far my favorite control item for my support side hand that I've tried. If you follow my match footage, you'll see that I've been running the No Sponsor extensions as well for basically the entire season. He makes them for Voodoos like the ones here, Rimex and CZ. The Voodoo ones here come in two sizes, a +3 and a +5. The one that I used mainly was the +3 because it doesn't stick out that much. It's maybe 3/4 of an inch more than a standard 10 rounder. Actually, I have one here to compare. So you can see it's probably, again, 3/4 of an inch longer, which isn't too bad. You do have to remove the pull tab so the follower can come lower, and you also reuse the factory spring. I did help support the extension with some Gorilla Tape because this was one of the earlier versions. He has made the sides stronger, so you don't have to worry about that, and it mounts with 2 screws. And then this one here is the +5 version, which also works really well. You, again, remove the thumb tabs, reuse the follower and the spring. And I thought the spring might have too little tension, but I can show you here. The tension at the top is still pretty good. And I never had any issues with that. The reason why I didn't run the +5 as much is simply because it sticks out a lot lower from the rifle, and I don't particularly like that. So I did favor the +3. Ammo boxes, pretty self-explanatory, but these are specific to either Ely or SK and Lapua, so you have to make sure that you choose the right one. You can see this one is for Ely, and he also does have some witness holes, so as you use the rounds up, you can see approximately how much you have left, which is kind of neat. Just little sliding doors, and they work well. They come in 2 configurations, the 2-box version for 100 rounds, or the 3-box version for 150 rounds. This one here is for my wife. This one is the SK/Lapua version because the inserts are different for the 2 types of ammo. And a 3-box version is perfect for like your one-day matches. Spare trigger holder. This is a fairly new product from No Sponsor. As you can see here, it's sized perfectly for the REM 700 trigger text, and it just protects the spare trigger if you carry one in your match bag, which I do. And what's nice about these is it'll fit any trigger shape. So this one here is the curved or pro curved. It fits the curved as well as the flat. This is a bolt protector for the CZ457. We like to use these for both storage and transportation. And what I like about them is it protects the extractors and everything, and also decocks your bolt. So I like that a lot. Again, just a little bolt protector. These guys here are some accessories for the tripod. So you'll have to measure the leg of your tripod, and he'll print this in the proper size. This one off to the side here, you can see is slightly smaller for my wife's tripod. This one here is for my two vets. And it provides you a little section of an arc rail for your bipod. So oftentimes you'll take your bipod off for a stage and then you gotta chuck it on the ground or put it in your bag. Well, now you can just slip this onto the holder, which again is attached to your tripod, so it's off the ground and ready and accessible when you need it. You can tighten it down if you want to, but there is a stopper on the bottom, so you could literally just leave it loose and it'll still be held up, and then you can put it back on your rifle when needed. This little guy here also acts as a mounting platform for a Kestrel holder. So this little Kestrel holder fits a 5700 Elite, and you can slip that onto here and have your Kestrel on the leg of your tripod. Spare battery box. He has a nice little latch and hinge system here, and it fits 2 AAAs, 2 AAs. There's a CR2 that is also stacked on top of one of these little batteries for the send it level. That fits again down in there. CR2 goes on top of it, and then there's a bigger compartment here that you can put button batteries. It even fits a 9-volt, and then it closes nicely with that latch. Just a quick rundown of an assortment of no sponsor products that I use and really like. If you want to check any of them out, again, you can go to the Gong Joe website or his Facebook page. But anyway, hope the video was interesting to you. Again, check it out, no sponsor. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Cheers.